now we'll go on to side control, okay? And again, starting with discovery learning, okay? You want to keep your weight on this person. You don't want to put your weight on the mat. So to do that, you really want to think of posting on him and not on your hands or your elbows or stuff like that. Okay, so this first exercise is I'm just going to get my lower legs off the mat and all my weight's on him. And the second concept is wherever your grips are, whatever you're doing with them, you don't bring him up into you. You don't lift him up off the ground, okay? And it's your elbows that are controlling him. So even if I'm here, my elbows are controlling his body in here. If I'm here like this elbow's here, this elbow's here is controlling, okay? Not my hands pulling in, okay? And that way you can always let your hands be ready to post and things like that if you need to, okay? So here, this is just the first drill, and you just relax, and then he feels the weight. So I'm gonna start here, on your knees. He's the judge of what he feels, how much weight that is. And then I'm gonna use the balls of my feet and take my legs off and just relax on him, and he should feel a weight increase, okay? Do you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll try that discovery learning. Learn to use the balls of your feet. So, for example, you shouldn't ever be like that, okay? If your knees aren't near him, you're on the balls of your feet. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's what we're doing right now, and I'm just laying down. Okay, next discovery learning is the same thing. We'll combine that exercise. And when we come off our knees, we want to make sure that our feet are wider than our shoulders or hip area. So don't want to be like this. It's easy to roll me, okay? You can try. It's easy to lose balance. But when you're wide like this, you can be as heavy, and he tries to roll, and you're posting on that foot to help reinforce things, okay? Second discovery learning. So the first exercise here is you'll go narrow, and he'll bridge and roll you, and you'll feel you'll lose it. And the next one is you're wider than your shoulders, and you'll go and you'll feel that resistance, okay? And then the next discovery learning exercise is the point of no return. So your line of gravity can't be on the other side of his spine. I can't be over here, or I'm easily rollable this way, okay? So it's best, it's ideal if your line of gravity is just on your side of his spine line. So when he tries to roll, he feels all the weight of your body. If he comes back towards you, he'll feel the post of your legs, okay? So we'll try those two. Okay, so don't confuse the discovery learning with how you would address what he's doing and how you deal with it and what you want to do, okay? The concept is weight on him, okay? Have a good base, use your elbows to control, don't pull them up towards you, watch your point of no return, okay? You'll do different things with your knees, whether one leg's bent, both legs are bent, whether you even remain in side control, etc. Okay? Some things to note, feet up, knees up, that's a trained response. So if you go back to your training, you always started like that, right? Okay? Also frames are a trained response. It takes a long time to learn how to do proper frames, okay? When we were doing the mount exercise, we didn't really pay attention to your legs, but be ready if you see the knees up and if you see framing, the person is trained, okay? So let's do one where he has his legs down and he's got no frames, okay? Makes sense? It's not uncommon. So he doesn't know elbow, knee escape, all that kind of stuff. He'll basically keep using his arms is what he's going to do. Okay, so if that's the case, then we can come up and we get head and arm control over here, and we can stay here in this position is one that you can do. Okay, is the arm is dead, he'll be pushing with that arm, and you're just holding here, and you just start that fatigue cycle like that, okay? Anything he starts trying to punch you with, you can just hide your head, you still got the pin, and you can just hang out there. Okay, so really simple one for somebody who's not very trained. Same thing, he's not trained, okay? And if you want, you can take this other arm and get it under more control. So I'm over here like that, I'll push it out this way, okay? And now I'm pinning this arm here, and I'm just sitting here, okay? So one more time, I'm here like that. My weight is on him, weight is on you still, right?
Yes, sir.
Again, don't cross the point of no return, and I kind of pass it over here and trap it under my shin like this, okay? And same thing, he tries to push, and I'm just using my weight, keeping my elbows doing the controlling, and keeping my face protected from strikes. Okay. So I'm not here, I pass it, we can go to mouth, okay? So if we want, I'll come on knee, on belly, and I kind of push everything this way. I'm gonna make sure that arm doesn't go back down to block me. So I'm here, and my whole body stretches you. Do you feel that?
Go for it.
Okay? And then I'm in, and I kept the arm on the right side. You see? Okay? So I kept the arm on the right side, and then we're in our mount techniques, if you want. Okay? And you have this pin, and you have the other arm pin. Now you can work your radio, and you can always dismount if you want to, or you can take it into the gift wrap. So do it one more time. Head and arm control, pass, boom. Here, stretch him out to bring that arm up. Bring the other arm into him. You can now pass. And you should recognize all your mount techniques from here, okay? All right, so now we start getting someone a little more trained. You see his legs are up and he's gonna try to frame on you, okay? We're here again, weight is on his chest. You're not gonna get away with not controlling his hips, so we'll bring our knees in, okay? My knee is near his hip over here. I'm still gonna try to work for the head and arm control, but I'm aware of my elbows, okay? But my weight is still on him, and I'm not across the point of no return, okay? And the first one we'll do is he starts pushing with this hand, okay? He's pushing with that hand, we pass it over, okay? And we're in this position over here. I'll come across, same exact way, and I'll push his legs this way, so I don't risk that half guard, okay? Then you have the same mount techniques that you have, okay? So one more time. Again, if he's gonna flare his elbow, then you already have it, okay? And you have it just fine, okay? You work in here. So I guess that would be a first one. He makes the mistake of having a bad frame. You're gonna get it, okay? So his elbow's tight, and he's trying to push here. So he goes to push, I pass, and then on, push his legs down. Then you're on, okay? Then you already have arm cross body, and you have all your mount techniques. All right, so again, the first one is, if you can get it, you're already there. You got it, okay? Boom, pass it. Next one, he pushes, pass it, okay? Well, once I get this, if he's got a good frame on the other side and he starts pushing on that frame, go ahead, then I don't want to come up first, okay? So if he starts to push on this arm here, he's trying to push. So he pushes, and I'll just roll it this way, You'll smash it, and you'll come back down. When you come back down, bring your elbow, make sure it's inside your knee, and then the arm is smashed in there. So try to push with it now. Doesn't have the leverage, okay? So again, one more time, a good frame. You'll feel him push. When he pushes, roll your hip, then bring your knee outside your elbow. Once you're there, now you can go on and do the same technique. Okay, and again, on this side, bring your knee up, and you count that arm as well, okay? Let's try it. So either I manually walk this out, or he pushed on me and I passed it, okay? Now he's on the other arm. So he's trying to get some space there. And again, I'll roll over the wrist and then lock it in with the knee. Sometimes though, they're really strong and they're really using their elbow, okay? So he's using his elbow. You won't be able to get to the other side of that. So when he goes to push, we'll come underneath this way, okay? We come underneath and we trap over here. Go back and hold. And I'm holding the S grip here, okay? So again, we go, I got that. His elbow's doing it. I'm gonna go underneath this way. Push across here under my chest, and then come up to the S grip here. Okay? You feel it?
Yes, sir.
You're posting here, and your base is spread out here. Your weight is still on his chest, and you're not over the point of no return, and you're just hanging out in this arm trap. Try to move your arms. And you start the fatigue cycle on him. Okay, now, there's no reason why he pushed here first, or he didn't push here first before I got that arm isolated, okay? So, maybe we're here and he's already trying to drive space there, okay? Again, if he's with his palm on me and he tries to drive space, then you just do that first move, and then you can work the arm isolation on the other side. If he's with his elbow, wait, let me get in position. He's in his elbow and he starts to drive. Then I'll come in here to Kesagatama straight and isolate that arm behind me this way. Okay? I can anchor this here and I can control this arm here. Okay? And that'll give me my free hand on the radio. So again, early on, he pushed on the elbow, and I'll come this way. This way. Anchor my grip on myself here. In this case, I was able to smash it underneath this arm right there, and he'll get it out eventually. Okay, and I'll just tuck and protect here this way. That's the first variation. Here. He pushes up. I know I'm not going to pass that, so I came underneath. I'm over here. He starts to push on that neck. I pass that one over here, and then I come over the top, and I'm holding it here. Okay? And for my size, I'm having to use the S grip. If you can get the gable grip, go to the gable grip, or even just lock on your forearm. All that kind of stuff works, but make it tight so that he can't get out. Okay. So you have all your dismounts from the mount. So you could advance to the mount, and then if you want, you could dismount to go to your force options. But you also have dismounts from here. Okay. So the first one will work on either I isolated that arm and passed it across me, or he pushed on me and I passed it across me here. Okay. So once I pass it across, I'll just smash it underneath me, and I'm going to come around it this way. Once I'm on this side, then I can clear myself and come out with a force option towards the head direction. Okay, one more time. However you got there, it got across. I'll push it under my chest, and I use my arms, all my weight's on that right side, okay? And then once I'm there, now I can push it up and come out with a force option, okay? Let's try. Just pushing on this arm. I go underneath. You could be in any one of those other positions, but you'll eventually want to dismount. This leg comes over here. You're on it already. Push down, up, dismount. Again. You push, boom, boom, on, all my weight's on there, boom, towards the head. Okay?